This is Justin Iradukunda, a student in KEPRA program with College for America in Southern New Hampshire University. So I welcome you all in this presentation, which is about street interview. So I'm going to meet with different people, that I'm going to be asking different questions about the government in the USA, like how it is organized. So in the street interview, I'm going to ask 4 questions. So you will welcome again. Oh, hi. Hi. My name is Justin Iradukunda. I'm a student at Bachelor's of Arts program with College for America at Southern New Hampshire University. I'm conducting an interview as part of my academic work, and the information in this interview will be used in Government and You project in a goal called Contribute to Society. I will submit this project in College for America so that it can be reviewed and evaluated. So this recording, let's move to the questions. The first question says, what are the 3 branches of government?
I remember two:
It's okay.
the executive branch and judicial branch.
Yeah, sure. Hi,
Hi.
how are you? My name is Justin Iradukunda. I am a student in the Bachelor of Arts program with College for America at Southern New Hampshire University, and I am conducting this interview as part of my academic work. With your consent, I will record this interview and use information in a goal called Government and You with a project called Contribute to Society. I will submit this project to College for America so that my project can be reviewed. So this recording will be used for this purpose. Do you give your consent to be reviewed and recorded? Okay. So you can read this text.
I, Tabitha, give my informed consent to practice in this interview to be recorded and used as part of the student academic.
What are the 3 branches of government?
Is it clear?
Yes.
I think is the legislative, executive, and judicial. Wow.
So as they answered, there is 3 branches of government, which are legislative, executive, and judicial branch. So in legislative, what it does, it makes laws, it put in place, or it creates different laws. Executive branch is all about carrying out laws, or putting in place laws, or putting into practice different laws. So judicial, all it does, it's all about evaluating laws. Second question, what does each branch do?
In legislative, it's set alone. I think
What is the branch which evaluate laws?
evaluate it's a judicial.
It's okay. The second question says, what does those branch do?
The executive branch carries out laws, and judicial branch evaluate the laws.
We've seen 3 branches. The first one, which is legislative branch. In this branch, we have the Congress, we have the compromised of the government, of the House of the Representative and the Senate. We also have different parties in this branch. So in this branch, we've seen that it it drafts different laws, or it proposes laws. Another thing which it can do is to confirm or reject presidential nominations, and for heads of federal agencies. Also, in legislative branch, we have the Senate and the House of Representatives, as I said, and special agencies of office that provide support services. Or it means that this branch support other branches in ways that like to support services to Congress, or to support different services of representatives. Also, American citizens from there have different rights to vote for senators and representative through free and confidential ballots in this legislative law or branch. So moving to the second branch, I say that we have executive branch, which is in the US, of course, because that's the country we're talking about, and we know that it carries out laws. So carrying out laws means that it includes the president, the vice president, the cabinet, executive department, independent agencies, and other boards, as well as commissions and committees. So in this branch of executive, we can say that American citizens also have the right to vote, as in the legislative branch. And also in this branch, we can say that also citizens have different roles. Like the president in this branch of executive has the right or the role of leading the country, like he leads the country mainly. And secondly, the president can veto legislation. To veto means to, I mean, it means like the president can reject the laws, or he can reject some nominees or anything like that. And also the Congress can confirm or reject different president's nominees, and he can vote or remove the president from office in exceptional circumstances. And also I drafted different points from executive branch, which says that in the justice of the Supreme Court, uh, who can overturn unconstitutional laws are nominated by the president and confirmed by the Senate. This means that in this executive branch, we also have different people like the president, vice president, and the cabinet. The role of the vice president is to support the president. It means that he supports every idea or every action done by the president. And also, if the president is unable to serve or is ill or sick, it means that the vice president goes in place. The vice president has to replace him. And also, I say that we have the cabinet, whose members serve as advisors of the president. It means that people from the cabinet have the role to advise the president. So executive branch agencies, we also have commissions and committees, as I said. So most of their work are done in federal agencies, in departments, in committees, and other groups, as I said. The last branch that we have is judicial branch, which interprets the meaning of laws, or it puts in place or evaluate the laws. So it means that it applies the laws to individual people, I mean individual cases, and decides if the law is violating or respecting people's rights. So these laws have different connections, as we said, and we are going to talk about it in the next question. So moving to the third question, Democrats and Republicans are the major parties. Can you name the third party?
I follow
You
the
don't.
party.
Okay. So moving to the third question, which says Democrats and Republicans are the major parties. Can you please name the third party?
I don't remember.
Someone answered that it is libertarians, and I can add on like Green Party. Those two parties are included in what we can call a minor party. So as we can say, minor parties are those third party, which is political party in opposition, like it opposes the main two parties, which are Democrats and Republicans. And another thing that we can know about this party, it is that did not exist in the United States before. I mean, during the early years in the Republic. And also, we can say that most politics were local in the nature. It means that they were traditional. It means that based on elite politics, the ability to vote in elections, and property ownership were all about Democrats and Republicans. But residents of the various colonies and later on the various states were far more interested in events. So that was before the establishment of libertarians or maybe green parties. So, but nowadays we can say that there are three parties in the United States, as we said, which are mainly in major parties and in minor parties. Yes. And the last question says, what is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law?
It is signed by president.
Oh, you mean when it is signed by the president?
By
Yeah, you
president.
got it right. What is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law?
When it's signed the prime minister.
When?
When it is signed the prime minister.
Really? Are you sure?
You think this may be prime or the president.
Yeah, it is the president.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Both of them answered that the process by which a bill becomes a law is when the president sign that law. Yes, that's true, but that's a very few information about a bill becoming a law. So talking about it broadly, we can say that there are like 5 steps in which a bill can become a law. First of all, we can say that every law starts with an idea. You can have a look on an image that is pinned on this video, but there is an idea that can come from anyone. It means that anyone can have the idea. I mean, I too can have an idea of maybe creating a law. So contact your elected officials to share your idea. It means that you have to contact your peers, I mean your elected officials, I mean that you have a given idea in your mind. So the second step is the bill is introduced. You have to introduce that bill. Like here, the note says when Congress is in session, the primary sponsor introduces the bill by placing in a wooden box called the hopper. This box called hopper is when you have to introduce your bill. Like you have to explain more about your bill. You have to explain about your idea, that idea that you had in the first point. The third point in which a bill becomes a law is when the bill goes to the committee. You have to put your bill, yeah, I mean to your goal, I mean your bill to the committee. You have to send it there. I mean, a small group meets to talk about what they like and don't like. Yeah, here for instance, I have to meet with my peers or my colleagues and we discuss different ideas, like as well as coming up with what we like and what we don't like. And also we have to suggest changes to the bill. Those peers or me have can decide or suggest that we can change the bill or modify it. And also we can vote to accept or reject the change. For instance, if I and my peers are discussing about the changes, we can put in place like some votings, as well as seeing whether we like the changes or not. And also, the fourth point here at which a bill becomes a law is when the Congress debates and votes. Or in that Congress where you put your bill, they have to debate and see whether they like your idea or not. I mean that bill. So the last point, when you are done debating about the bill, um, the president comes in place. So there is the presidential action. When the presidential action comes in, it means that the bill reaches the president. It means that the president has to view or to have a look at that bill and see whether it is good or bad. It means that he approved it or not. So that is where he can sign it when he approved it. So that's when in a few words, that's when a bill becomes a law. So thank you for all. Thank you for your time. So we're going to put some references in another document for some people who want to view different information that I talked about in this video. Thank you so much.